There you go, friends. Doc South. And yeah, I'm heading off to work. Oh, gosh, in about 15, 20 minutes. And that gives me a little bit of time to knock out a video. And whew, I went into the kitchen today and realized that, gee, I was out of Cheez-Its. Yeah. I keep a fairly good supply. Today I'm going to have to, well, I'm praying that we have a nice sale at the store on those darn wonderful crackers, so that I can get me a box or so, a box or two, and just kind of stick them up on top of the fridge. I would say of all the snacks there are, and I like snacks. I got nothing wrong with snacking. I see nothing wrong with snacking, rather, and I got no gripe with snacking. Um, but I think Cheez Its might be my favorite, my all time favorite. I loved them back in gosh, when I was 5 years old. Cheez Its were around. And I remember my Uncle Don and my father would often buy a box of Cheez Its just to, watch a football game. And I'd be there with my bowl of Cheez Its, munching away, watching the game, hollering and yelling like everyone else in the living room, and going for seconds and thirds on that. I think I think the boxes were a little bigger back then. And so it took a while to get to the bottom. Um, Darn, they were good. Oh, still are. There's what I like. I like to get the Cheez Its. Back when I was a kid, it was just one kind of Cheez It, one box. You didn't have different varieties. Now they have various varieties. And the one I like best was derived from the Cheez It box I used to dig into when I was a kid. I'd be looking for the ones in the box back, what, 50, 60 years ago, that was that had I would look for the Cheez-Its that were slightly burnt, just a little overcooked. Not to where they were ruined or anything. They were just a little bit darker than the others. And those were the ones I really liked. Oh, if you could find a handful of them, that was just heaven in your palm. Yep. And and luckily, I don't think my father liked them all burnt, and I don't think my Uncle Don liked them that way. So I kind of had the lock on the deal. Now, though, you can get extra toasty Cheez-Its, right? Yeah, they're purposely overcooked just for us gluttons. Hmm. Yeah. So I think today I got a few extra bucks. I may buy me a box of Cheez-Its. I don't know. I just feel like I need some around the house. They hit the spot. Every now and then, just a nice little. I get maybe a small cereal bowl, it's a little soup bowl or something, and put a few Cheez-Its in there, and you know, watch TV. Sandy doesn't. Oh, she'll have one or two, but she doesn't necessarily. Sandy would be more interested in eating a piece of fruit or something. But yeah, Cheez-Its. Oh, that's my bag. I like Cheez-Its, and there was at one time when I was younger, and I can't think of the brand right now, but there was someone who made a really, really good barbecued potato chip. I can't think of the brand. It won't come to me. All of a sudden, in the middle of the night, I'll sit bolt upright in bed and say, it was, but right now, I don't think I could tell you, but boy, they were good too. And then there was the old standby, those big long pretzels, the ones that were almost a foot long. Yeah, they aren't so much a foot long anymore, but they were when I was a kid. And they were in a big like tin can with a lid on top, and you'd just pull the lid off and grab three or four, and I don't know, three or four, it'd be about probably wouldn't even be a nickel. Yeah, yeah, sort of had to get five or six to get a nickel's worth, if I recall right. Oh, they were good. And sometimes there was a sale too for a penny. Oh, that was long ago. Yes. Now, I don't think it works that way anymore, but it was at one time. But yeah, cheese. It's rather moi. May they always be. I don't know if I said in this video or not, but I got to tour the Cheez It plant once. They had one down in central Jersey, down somewhere between Keyport and New Brunswick. There was a Cheez It factory, and I used to call on it, check their boiler, and give them, the results of how their boiler was doing and all that kind of thing. And then, I may have said earlier, they had a little company store. You can go in there and get a Cheez-Its that didn't quite pass muster would be on sale there, or boxes that got a little damaged, or you could buy a perfectly good box too. But generally, you could just get that box that was broken was like half off, and Cheez-Its inside were perfectly fine. It's just the box was torn. So, and that box was going to get torn the second I got in the car anyway. So what the heck? Uh, I I want to say that they used to have at that store. I don't think you could get this anywhere else, but I think you could get darn near a barrel of Cheez-Its. I could be wrong. It could be just some dream I had, some pleasant, beautiful dream I had that someone handed me or gave me for Christmas a 55-gallon drum of Cheez-Its, or maybe it was a 30-gallon drum. Um, I, I that was a very pleasant dream. Oh, no, unfortunately, no. But I think they do. I think there is a way to get one of those at that particular facility, at that company store, shall we say. Again, that could be from decades ago and no longer being done, but I do in the far recesses of my elderly brain, I do remember being able to get like 30-gallon drums of Cheez-Its, or at least a 5-gallon pail. I could be wrong. They are good though, aren't they? Oh, Lord have mercy. And if you're fishing, you throw a few Cheez-Its out on the water, the trout, oh yeah. It becomes, the trout almost become piranha. Yeah. Yeah, the Cheez-Its don't stand a chance. And trouble is, it's hard to hook a Cheez-It on your hook, get one Cheez-It on your hook. Yeah. But in any case, you almost have to tape it or something. But anyway, I thought I'd say nothing wrong with Cheez-Its. We got that settled. We'll move on to the next thing. See what I can come up with next for you. See you later. God bless.